Hello, good people. Welcome. Bad people. Welcome. Anyone who wanna learn more about SEO, about E-E-A-T, experience, expert, authority, trust, welcome, because we are going to touch more about this topic to unite with AI and many other things that I'm going to discuss with Joseph Kahn. How are you?
Doing fabulous, and I love that intro video. That was like amazing. I was like, "Can I have that video? That was so good."
Yeah, of course you
Yeah,
can.
thank you so much. But that intro is great. I was like, I like the music and everything. That's so cool.
Yeah, I have a team of designers in my
Nice.
company, and I usually don't limit them with possibilities what I need to create. I just tell, I have a new awesome guest. I wanna speak about this topic. Please create something new. Don't copy others, but be concise, because most people are coming to learn more. So yeah, I need to be
And that's great.
short, yeah, and
And
creative.
they got my
Okay.
mission up on there too. My mission is to help clean up the web. Because
Ah, oh, nice. Oh,
yeah, because that was in there.
it will be hard with AI, to clean the web because AI is everywhere. And
Exactly.
I spoke with a few big publishers. They told me they stopped accepting new press releases because
Wow.
after launching ChatGPT, they got a lot more requests. The number significantly increased, and most of them are generic. They have no time, and right now they are going to figure out how to clean, all these
Wow.
press
Yeah.
releases. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
incredible.
Joseph, before we start, just remind more about yourself, experience, backgrounds, because you spoke a few times on my podcast. I love this experience. I love learning from you. I know how you're super active online to share a lot of valuable insights. So you can help me, to clean some information because, I can't consume a teeny percent of new blog posts that are coming every single day. You usually help me with that. So, Joseph, remind more about yourself for new listeners, for old listeners, anything that can help to learn more about you.
Yeah, so to learn more about me, you can find me at josephscon.com or bio.josephs.com. That'll get you to any Twitter or any of my social media. And as Anatoly said, I'm everywhere. Like you'll find me on. Remember Joseph S. Kahn because there's a famous Joseph Kahn who was the DJ for Britney Spears and that kind of thing. So,
Mm.
so it's very hard for me to get the knowledge panel right now. That's what we're working on is getting the knowledge panel. But with the S in there, if you Google me, you'll see a ton of stuff. But that'll just to let you a little bit of know, I've been doing this since 1994 in digital marketing. And worked as a Microsoft consultant and won Microsoft awards in internet development and technology, and even the 2003 Microsoft Pinnacle Award for John C. Maxwell. Some people know him as a leadership guru. I helped kind of innovate and build their list of over 250,000 people at that time in the early 2000s, using internet technologies, brand new internet technologies and whatnot. And then fast forward, it's just been a roller coaster ride from, say, the 2010 mark all the way up till now. I won the 2010 European Summit Internet Marketer of the Year at the European Summit in 2010. On stage, everything in 2010. Now, that's a long time ago. 10 years,
Nice.
like in 2010. Like, when I think about that, people laugh like, oh, yeah, that was in 2010. That was just yesterday. Oh no, that was like early days. Like 2010 is so long, long, long ago. Well, fast forward the last 5 years of where I've been, because of the pandemic and everything kind of slowing down and everything shifting and changing just before the pandemic. My partner and I, who was on my tour for a rock band and different stuff like that, he and I said, we need to get back into digital marketing and help the SEO space. So about 5 years ago, we really started diving deep into SEO, and got a client that was from the previous days, who was chuckjones.com, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Wile E. Coyote. That's kind of who we cut our teeth on 5 years ago. And started ranking everything. Like we probably, I think when we announce ourselves, we have over 5,000 #1 rankings for some of the top ranking keywords in the market space because of Bugs Bunny, Wile E. Coyote, Daffy Duck. You know, our client has over 10,000 different products and characters and things that we cut our teeth on every day in the SEO world, practicing every technique you can possibly think of. We put it through the roost on the Cartoon Network. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And there's so much products to sell. Like we sell Amazon products, we sell artwork, we have digital localized galleries. So we can cross over local SEO, commerce SEO. We integrate Salesforce into WooCommerce and do some crazy stuff there. We run all the tools from Surfer to SERPstat to SEO Power Suite to Rank Ranger. You know, we test and run all these various tools, and that's how we became a tools ambassador for so many tools out there. And that's why you see me on, I do the certification for Rank Ranger schema. Like I'm a trainer on the Rank Ranger schema stuff. And I was the fundamentals trainer on the SEO Power Suite training. If you YouTube that, you'll see my face on all of their videos and all of their training. So because we went really tools heavy and I was a Microsoft developer, that's why we're tool centric. That's why we focus on, and that Chat GPT tool. Speaking of tools, you know, a new tool just hit the market that completely sent me on the rails of figuring out how can I leverage this tool. So there's a lot of amazing things. And our tool, we have a tool that we developed just recently in the space that leverages the E-E-A-T. So we could talk about, you know, AI and how our AI works with the E and the first E, the experience in E-E-A-T. Anyways,
Yeah,
that's
nice.
Shell. I was trying to be as fast as I could.
Nice, love it. Love your experience. I review a lot of SEO tools because I need them. You know, I don't
Yes.
use. Yeah, I don't need all these tools, but I review and I'm trying to find benefits of using them. And yeah, I have my living tools. I can ignore some tools. By the way, my
Yeah.
team loves SERPstat, so my team usually uses this tool. You know, I prefer more Ahrefs, but yeah, I think it depends on priorities. But some unique features I can take on SERPstat, on Ahrefs, on SEMrush. It doesn't matter. Just find tools that will work for you. And Joseph, I want to start from the first question about E-E-A-T. You know, today we have this AI, and it's hard to ignore this topic. I think impossible will be tomorrow. You know, and once I spoke with Jeff Coyle, co-founder of Market Muse, and he told me that in the future we'll have three companies. The first company will develop AI, the second company will implement AI, and the third company will be obsolete. Just leave the trade, forget about any competition, you know. And I think today we need to consider AI. You mentioned about ChatGPT, and but if we are talking about E-E-A-T, Google wants to get experience, experts, authority, trust, and many content creators complain that ChatGPT is not creative, without human touch, generic. Yeah, because it's tool. Guys, it's not golden button to decide all your problems. It's just tool that can help you. Can you tell how to use ChatGPT by considering that Google needs this E-E-A-T?
Oh yeah, for sure. And here's how. Now, this is a sneaky way of doing this, but it's just using the human brain to take the artificial intelligence and do something cool with it, which is what everybody's doing right now. And so there's going to be lots of innovations come forth. Kind of our innovation is this: using E-E-A-T came out just before ChatGPT craze. If you remember, E-E-A-T has been around for the last couple of years. I've been speaking about E-A-T, expertise, authority, natives, and trust, knowing that there was going to be an algorithm change. It was going to get rid of BERT and Panda and all that kind of stuff and move more towards, and I believe, I'm going to say this on your show, I say it on every show, there's another E coming. You got it, and the other E coming is engagement. meaning engagement is going to be a part of this new algorithm. You got engagement, experience, expertise, authority, neighbors, and trust. Engagement is coming. That's going to be in this engine, and you'll see it coming out, and you'll go, I've heard it first with Joseph S. Kahn.
Okay.
The next E is coming, guaranteed. Okay, so there's going to be 3 E's, but here's what our AI does. Okay, here's what our AI does. We take this concept and go, oh man, so they need experience. Now listen, the first E, everybody when they see experience thinks that that's the experience of the writer, and it's not. And they think, well, this is web UX experience or the speed or any of that, and it's not. The experience in this E is the testimonial, is the person who actually used the product. It's the testimonial on your page is that first E. So if you don't have any testimonials on your page, you don't have that E. If you don't have any stars or reviews or engagement or any of that kind of stuff, you don't have that E. So here's what we do. Using ChatGPT and this AI, using the OpenAI API. Check this out. So our app, it's an iPhone app. And when the customer, when our local providers say they're an air conditioner repairman or a plumber or a painter, any of that kind of stuff, when they're finishing the job, they say, and they have their phone, they say, can I get a video or can I get a, that you liked it? They take pictures first off of the before when they first get there and after, and our AI will tag it and review it and see what it is. It's a desk, or it's a this, or it's a that. It'll determine what it is. And then once they get the review, this is where the magic is. Our AI will take that video, besides posting it to YouTube, it'll rewrite it in an article or a portfolio of the project with the pictures and rewritten testimonial from the viewpoint of the customer. So that's how we do it, meaning there's experience. And so that experience rewrites their video, okay, onto the page. It rewrites and goes, the customer liked this and they like that. And they really enjoyed this. It really explains it in a more salesy way. And then it links to the actual video on YouTube. So Google sees that experience as an actual factual experience. The copy itself is of the client going, this is what I liked about it. This is what I thought about it. That's the first E in experience. And that's how our AI takes care of that automatically. We don't even have to write content. The client is writing it with their testimonial. Our tool will then take their testimonial and rewrite it in a 5-paragraph ADA, attention, interest, desire, action, benefits, that kind of stuff. It'll rewrite that and all the pictures with tagged images and tagged everything, just from the contractor taking pictures and getting the testimony from the client. And it will write it all, do it all on WordPress. It's a WordPress plugin.
Nice.
So if you're interested in that, get on my list and you'll learn more about this tool. But it's a WordPress plugin that connects with your iPhone that you can sell to, it's mainly meant for local people doing business. And then it basically drops the map pen, because any of those pictures that's also taken, when it creates that page, it drops the map pen where those pictures were taken. So those will also show up in the Google map, because it will also drop the map pen on the website where it is automatically created. Nice. So that's how we take care of that first E.
Nice. We'll check out how your crystal ball works, because I check out mine. It doesn't work, when I bought crypto, so after that, crypto, I expected that crypto will go up, but crypto went down. But anyway, I don't put all eggs in one basket, so no worries about that. And hit me the link when this tool is ready. I need this plugin. I will use myself. I'll shout out with my audience, guys. So wait, it's interesting to use this tool. And I want to ask you about how to feed the right data. For example, I'm using AI a lot, but if I ask the prompt like how to play guitar, I'm not sure that it's possible to get any quality or valuable, because you can find the same information online. But if you feed with the right data, to provide details, to send details, and we got mentioned on CNN, for one of clients after feeding the right data. So we collected data, feed ChatGPT, and we got nice press release. And yeah, this mentioned on CNN. You know, my
Wow.
PR manager
Yeah.
replied to me, it's the first time for 16 years of her experience CNN replied, and
Wow.
even got this mention, not link, but mention. That's okay.
Yeah.
You know, it helps as well. So can
Yeah.
you tell how to find, collect the right data, feed it to get unique content from AI?
Yeah, and that's kind of the key, and I love what you said. Is the key is giving it the right prompt. Like if you just ask it a generic question, it's going to be very generic in its answer.
Yeah.
I usually the funny thing is I right now when I ask it anything related to my SEO research, I say acting as a doctor of acting as a doctor of marketing from the University of Stanford. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
And so when it gives me an answer, it gives me an answer from a doctoral, of marketers kind of frame of reference when it gives me an answer. So it's kind of funny how my answers are, but they're usually exhaustive, meaning they've got a ton of information. And the answers, if you're looking, so always make sure you start with the right persona. Like, don't just give it, hey, give me the top 5, articles for, topic or whatever. Don't ever start that way. Say, acting as a top researcher for the HVAC industry, give me then, you know what I mean? Like you got to give it the persona first because of all the data sets that it's got to pull from. When you tell it the persona, it pulls from that data set versus the overall general education, you know what I'm saying? So that's always a key, is to make sure. And then besides tone, if you're having it write something, tell it the tone, but you got to be very specific. And the more specific you are, the better. Like what you want. Here's another thing that kind of is cool. I don't know if you do this, but with EAT and with the Google guidelines, you can get the URL of the EAT guidelines and the Google guidelines, and you can take your written article and make sure you're using ChatGPT-4 or OpenAI with ChatGPT-4 or another ChatGPT-4 engine. But you can take the actual guidelines and put those in the request and say, using these guidelines in this database, review my website and tell me if there's anything that I missed or out of whack. So literally it'll go through the EAT guidelines and or the Google guidelines, the Webmaster guidelines, any guidelines that you can find online. You can tell it to review your website using this thing, using this set of guidelines. And so it basically, you want to run your content through the Google guidelines. Just take the guidelines, take your web page, say, compare the two, see where I missed something.
Nice. I never
Stuff
thought
that you
about
need to
that.
do.
It's an amazing idea. But okay, Google guideline. I don't remember how many pages have, but it's big guideline.
It's like
More than 1,000
687 pages. Yeah, it's like a lot. When
Yeah,
I
and
ran the
how?
Google guidelines with kind of our main client or whatever, it came up with 6 really good ideas. You know what I'm saying? It said, here's some 6 guidelines. Now it missed about 25 because you're not going to be able to hit everything. But 6 of the top were like, oh man, we need to change these because this could make a big impact. So just doing that pulled some low hanging fruit that we wouldn't have seen without doing that kind of comparison. Meaning regular SEO reports won't pull the Google guidelines and see how you compare against the actual guidelines.
So ChatGPT, I mean, like AI knows about this guideline. I don't need to feed this guideline. I mean, like to download, to send to AI, or this tool will
You're
know.
being very specific with that document, so it pulls from that specific document. Otherwise, it's going to use generic Neil Patel's, YouTube video on the topic, which ain't going to be the actual guidelines. Meaning ChatGPT is going to be very limited of what it actually knows as a Google guidelines, unless you say, here's the specific page I'm talking about, compare it to this. Meaning if you give it the data set. Otherwise, it uses the generalized, and that's what I said. Neil Patel's video is probably included in that answer. You know what I mean? And I don't want Neil Patel's video. I want the actual Google guidelines. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And the other
Interesting.
thing you can do is you can actually say, you write this article and be very specific and then give it 50 keywords. You can run these SERP stats, say a surfer audit first, get the keywords, say the top 50 keywords, you know how many you have to leverage or whatever. You can put that in the chat GPT prompt and tell it to write the article and use the keywords in the capacity in which you tell it to use the keywords on Surfer, and it will produce that. It'll produce like an 80 level Surfered article just by including the SERP review and Surfer in the chat GPT response. So basically what Surfer charges $29 an article for, you could do it within your own OpenAI. If you pay $20 a month for that, you could do, a lot, a lot of
Yeah.
damage using
I
that.
usually use Phrase. I don't know. I usually use
Oh, okay.
Phrase.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it costs like $100, but
Gotcha. Yeah.
I have no limits, so I can
Right.
all I
And
can
that's
do
the
is
good. Yeah. Yeah. Using the plus or whatever, you got limits,
yeah.
it's not an
Uh,
unlimited.
okay, got it. I wanna ask you about authority. For example, I check out some information that Google today pays more attention to topic authority, not like many years ago when you should. When we try to get backlinks to e-commerce pages, but today, for example, I check out wise.com. This website has 25 million traffic according to Ahrefs, a lot of traffic. I spoke with growth marketer from this website, and what I found that most pages have a few backlinks. They got like plus 100,000 traffic, but with a few backlinks. But domain has a lot of backlinks, so it's like topical authority. Can you tell about authority today? Can you give advice, because I still get a lot of questions about
Definitely.
link building? Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a great question. And I get that a lot too, especially because it's hard to understand. But the best way to understand it is be prolific. That's what do I mean by that? So if you're say in the home services niche, start a podcast. Start a podcast. You know what I mean? Like, why do you start a podcast? Because that's content. That's more content. That's published works. Meaning the more content around your topic area gives you the authoritativeness that's necessary for you to have that presence or that traffic. I can't think of the guy who wrote the Deep Work book. I think it's Cal. His name is Cal. The interesting topic. The topic is to make sure that you don't even need social media or anything like that, as long as you're producing enough content. And meaning you're going to the events and you're speaking, you're writing a paper, you're writing a blog post, you're commenting content, even making posts on Facebook, making a YouTube video, making a Twitter post or a Twitter thread around a topic, participating in a chat. Meaning in today's day and age, you want to have authoritativeness, you have to be prolific. You see me everywhere. You're probably right. You see me trying to be everywhere. Like, I want to be on this podcast. I want to be on that tool. I want to be, a lot of people used to buy stuff because they saw my face. I had a tool company reach out to me and say, you know how many sales we get because your face is on our tool? You know what I mean? Like, because when they come to the page and see my face, they go, oh, I'm going to buy this. You know what I mean? Because I have so much content about tools. You know what I mean? So Rank Ranger has me as the certifier. SEO Power Suite has me as their thing. SERPstat has me as their thing. ClickUp, I was the top 10 ClickUp VIP last year. Top 10 ClickUp VIP out of 800,000 users. Top 10 for ClickUp.
Nice.
But that's what I'm saying, because you got to build that authoritativeness. And the advice I would give anybody and everybody is get your voice out there. Start talking, start speaking. Interview if you don't like to talk, interview other people, become a news person, bring guests on and create content, because the more content you create around your expertise or authority or business or whatever, the Google will see you as a topic authority. And that is it. You don't necessarily need links. You just need to create a lot of content, and you'll get the links. You know what I mean? That's what Cal said, is that the more content you produce, you're going to build the community, because you're just going to be putting so much out. People are going to start coming in to get it. You know what I mean? And Google will too. So that's what we always say. Even Haley with the Growth Bar, they went from a $40,000 a year company to a $4 million a year company with 150 blog posts. That's it, but it's 150. That's a lot. I mean, if you think about 150 blog posts, that's 10 blog posts or more a month, right? But that took them from 40,000 a year to 4 million a year. So you go, well, that's doable. I can do 150 blog posts. Like, raise your hand if you think you can do 100. Yes, I can, especially with ChatGPT now, right? But 150 blog posts was preventing her from $4 million a year. And what does that mean? Authoritativeness. Prolific, meaning spitting out a ton of content on the topic. All she did was build all the silos out of keyword research. What are all the varying ideas, and then created content around all that, and then became the topic authority on it.
Yeah.
Because if you have so much and you cover everything, then you'll naturally start getting links, and you'll become the kind of your own link farm. And that's the reason why those Medium articles and those they got all this juice coming into the top, but then they flow it down. Even though it's got 2 links, it still gets a lot of traffic. But that's published works. Recognized as an expert in the field and published works that's cited by other experts. That's what Google considers in this EAT formula.
Nice. And what do you think about non-SEO methods? Because I still get the questions about, do I need to acquire only do follow links? If I get backlink from Forbes no follow or Wikipedia or even CNN just mentioned, I think it works much better than 1,000 do follow links from irrelevant websites, BBN.
100%. Topical relevance is way more important than the actual link itself. Topical relevance, meaning you have a topical relevant link from a DA of 19 that'll have more weight than a DA of 60 that's from an ice cream truck, or like it may not. The topical weight and relevance is going to have way more impact from a backlink perspective.
Yeah, nice. Joseph, I want to ask why you think about engagement will be the next E, because it's interesting that on social media, it's very important to have this engagement, and GA4 has this metric. So finally,
that's another clue.
Yeah. So, and why you think that engagement will play much higher role? Because I remember many years ago when Google denied that engagement plays any role. Today, I think I don't know how to promote content if this content doesn't keep users longer.
It's the technology. Yeah. I think it's the evolution of the technology itself. So the reason is because now the rule, the 8-second rule, right? Like whenever we're looking at a web page, we judge everything as a digital marketing agency. When somebody says, hey, will you take us on as a client? We give you an 8-second rule. In 8 seconds, if we don't know who you are, understand who you are, we got a problem. You know what I mean? I mean, we go to your web page and we don't know what this is in 8 seconds, then you're going to bounce. That's what the whole bounce rate, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Engagement now the 8-second rule doesn't apply anymore. People will even sit on a page that's dumb because they don't know, like they're expecting something to happen, right? So what's important now? It's not the actual, did you meet who I am? It's, did you engage me? Did you get with where I was at? You know what I'm saying? So the engagement piece is no longer just an 8-second spot. It's now, did you intrigue me with something? Did you entice me with a click, with a moving part, with a anything in the terms of engagement in today's day and age, anything from a table of contents to a read more button clicking to the side to an interstitial that may pop up and interrupt you, anything that could pull you in to not be boring. Okay, so it's the day and age of getting out of boring and more so. Here's actually, we just released another AI tool yesterday. Okay, it's not in the market yet, it's still in demo, but this tool will use ChatGPT-4. It'll integrate with your website, and it'll review all the data on your website and engage in a chat on the website based on all the information that's in the entire website itself. And it'll start asking the person on the page, do you have any questions? Are you interested in learning more information? It'll start engaging. We have a chat bot that will interrupt you and engage you when you come to our page, and it chat GPTs you on all the information that's on our website. Meaning
Nice.
it'll review any website and all the detail of it, and then it will be there and answer any questions live and engage because of this engagement. It's not on the E yet, but that, why? Because that's now chatting. Your website is now chatting with people. Your website's now going, hey, do you have any questions? Let me answer that for you. Let me hand it over to you piece by piece. You know what I'm saying? And it'll even go and pull portfolio information and go, hey, you may be interested in this case study that we just did. Oh, you're trying to get your web page done? Check out this case study that we just did. Our chat engine will do this on the page.
Yeah, it's
and
a game
that's
changer.
the engagement.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
what is
game.
it doing? It's really to get the sale, okay, and it's to keep me on the page. It's more of that, keeping me off of the Google engine and saving them more money.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I think, yeah, new chatbots are much better than the previous version, because I remember when I tried to reach out to some websites, yeah, when I got this automatic reply that don't understand anything from my request, yeah, it's annoying. But
If you want a
today
demo on
AI
this,
can.
let me know. Like offsite, say,
Of
hey, yeah, let's
course,
get a demo.
yeah.
Yeah, to show you, because your website, we could do it on your website, and literally a chat engine will come on your website and just answer questions. It's cool.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Send me.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we are updating our website right now. We implement AI as well. So we are
Cool.
going. Yeah, we have website audit, but right now we are updating with AI. So yeah, it takes time, but yeah, I think we can get it soon. Okay, Joseph, let's talk
Yeah.
about mistakes. Can you list mistakes that companies do by trying to adopt AI today, and your tips how to find a much better way?
Yeah, the mistakes of AI is literally just using it out of the box. You know what I'm saying? Like not diving deep into it's the same with. I look at it this way. Somebody was like, people are really scared about AI taking their jobs and stuff like that. They should be as scared as a builder when Home Depot came to town. You know what I'm saying? Home Depot did what? It made regular people start using power drills and stuff like that shouldn't be using it. But regular people, instead of calling a real carpenter, were out there doing their own saw because they would go to Home Depot and get their own tools. In this day and age, the same thing is happening. You're going to have people go to, quote unquote, get chat GPT tools to create content and stuff like that. But their results are going to be Home Depot level. Okay, not the upper level in which people pay for and make a lot of money on and stuff like that. It's just for the home user, who's just using stuff out of the box. I mean, the tools are designed for professionals to actually use and make up more time and help you be better. Home users are going to use it and try to cut corners. Now, the problem is that there's going to, and I think you had just mentioned this earlier on the call, is that it's going to create so much junk content that is just going to be so much content that's going to be so generic and so shallow, because the AI is just going to create, and there's just going to be so shallow, whatever. So what that means is none of that will sit at the top of the index, just like today. The only thing that'll sit at the top of the index are the real professionals who know how to use the drill, know how to use the saw, know how to use the tool. That's who's going to be on top. Me and you, we're going to be at the top, regardless of how many people come out and let AI just do all the work for them. They'll still be at the bottom. You know what I mean? Because they're not, all of that Me Too normal stuff is not going to rise through and break through the top. So that's the biggest thing. The mistake that an agency would make is to be like everybody else. An agency or a person who's trying to really take this to the next level is going to say, where can I find the best mentors and trainers who know this and who can teach me how to use these new tools the best? Meaning, this is a new tool that's in our market space, is AI, and you got to learn how to do it. That means take a course. That means find a mentor. That means don't let it pass you by. There'll be Home Depot people. There'll be your brother will go, oh yeah, I use ChatGPT and I wrote 300 blog posts yesterday using it. Let him do it. Who cares, right? Who cares? Because those 300 blog posts ain't going to do nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So who cares? Let him do those 300. Oh, I just made 5K doing that. Well, then just, please be like, well, I hope they don't ask for their money back. You know what I mean? Because they just wasted $500. That's just the way it's going to be. Because the people probably waste $500 at Home Depot too. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what's so the biggest mistake is thinking that you can just use the tool and the tool's going to fix everything. And the tool, you got to still know, even though we use Ahrefs, we use SEMrush, we use SERPstat, you still got to know how to use it. It ain't going to make your SEO happen for you. Not a single person has bought SEMrush and their SEO went up just by signing up for SEMrush. You got to use the tool. And so the better the expert on the tool, the better results you get from SEMrush. If you don't know what you're doing on SEMrush, you're not going to get better rankings just by putting your site on there. You know what I mean? That does nothing 100%. For you. Same way for ChatGPT. It's not going to, if you're just writing article after article and copying and pasting and posting that, you're not going to rank on that. That's going to be the Me Too content that is just not going to stand out.
100%. I couldn't agree more because, I think many writers will adapt to a new occupation, prompt experts and editors. Because we need them, I see when I speak, even, I spoke with my brothers. They have quite different industry accounting, and they told me AI is not related to their niche. I think today, in the future, we'll see. But, they have no idea how to use AI. So if they cooperate with prompt experts who can, to adapt their technologies, they will get results because you need to cooperate with these people. Of course, it's better to try yourself, but sometimes experts can show another way, another side of this coin.
And it's still evolving too. Like, I think that a year from now, there'll be tools that'll make things easier for the common user, but things are evolving right now.
Even, Jasper, Copy AI, I think these tools are prompt experts on ChatGPT, because you can use filters. If you have no idea how to write these prompts, these tools, charge more because they are prompt experts.
Exactly.
And Joseph, I have final question about the future. In SEO, many things are coming today. Probably Apple will change the world with new gadget, headset. We'll see how it works. It's like augmented reality. Mark Zuckerberg tried to create virtual reality, but it didn't work. But augmented reality, I think it's the same. When you have iPhone in your hand, or you have this headset, it's the same. So augmented reality is much real for human being. But anyway, what do you think? What kind of future will be in SEO industry, and how we can adapt today to this possible future?
I love that question too. The biggest thing, the interesting thing, our organization has really put a big emphasis on it, is local SEO. A lot of people are going to be chatting with as Google Bard and Bing, and more people are going to be interfacing their regular inquisitive queries on chat tools. Okay. but that's not going to help you on local. That chat tool is not going to be the local expert. It's not
Yeah.
going to have the experience. It's not going to have it's not going to be able to make recommendations on products and things like that. So anything related to products, commerce, you know, video, local, all of that is not going to be taken over by the AI bots. It's not going to be taken over by chat. But all the stuff related to what's the price of Bitcoin, that'll be a chat. What's the weather right now in London? That'll be a chat. Like most of what, if I take this and I have a piece of cake and I have 8 guests, how many slices, and those kinds of things will all be a chat. It'll be a robot now. You'll have a little bot on your desk, that you'll say, hey, and the bot will help you. Like, I see the future as having an assistant, but that assistant will never get rid of your local map pin droppings. The E-E-A-T is the future. Add the extra E in there, engagement, and now you got the complete chord to what we call the musical chord. Meaning the experience, you got that, you got the expertise. That is not going to be replaced by robot. Experience, robot, no. Expertise, robot, no. Well, maybe, because robots kind of got a database of knowledge, right? But it's not going to have the expertise as a surgeon. It's not going to be, even the bot's not going to be as good of an SEO as me and you. You know what I mean? ChatGPT is not going to. I've put as many advanced SEO questions as I could into ChatGPT, and it didn't understand most of them. Yeah. Meaning, out of the advanced, and I've created advanced courses for SEO, and I put about 30 advanced questions from XML stuff to site ref exchanges to different stuff, and it didn't know. ChatGPT didn't know the answer to a lot of advanced SEO stuff, and so expertise. No, you're gonna need some human there. Authoritativeness, the robot's not gonna have authority. Well, maybe in the future, right? Like, in the when the overlords take over, they'll be the authority. I don't know, but for now, it's a bot based on published works. Now, ChatGPT will probably have the most published works of the future, but in reality, it's still going to be based on personalities and the proliferation of your published works, of your personality or whatever. And that's what ChatGPT will use in the future, is you'll say, do me an SEO campaign like Joseph S. Kahn. And since it'll know a lot about me, it'll then go, well, Joseph would do a campaign like this. In the future, it could possibly do that kind of stuff, where it'll take personalities and potentially give you, or you would sell, here's my personality database that's got all of my, thoughts in it. And there may be databases for sale in the future, of here's my database with all of my knowledge. Anyways, so that's what I think about the future.
Yeah, I'm excited about the future. Looks promising. Joseph, it's a big pleasure to get again on my show, to learn from you. I love all your valuable insights. You always lead me to an emergency room. I need to spend time, to consume all this information, to think how to adapt this technology. Tell the best way how to keep learning from you, how to reach out to you, how to follow you.
Is to go to josephskahn.com. I have a free little harmonic cheat sheet there. And then it'll take you to bio.josephskahn, which is just a bio link that's got all of my socials, from YouTube to Facebook to Twitter, all that kind of stuff. So Joseph S with the S in it, Kahn.com. You can get on my list, or bio. Join me up on socials.
Nice. Guys, you can find all these links in the description below. Listen us on Apple, Google, Spotify. Thanks again for your time. Love it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I always enjoy it. Always enjoy it. Yes, thank you.
Always fun and valuable, guys. You need to follow Joseph because you can see a lot of value. And as I mentioned, Joseph always reshares great content. So you don't need to find this content. Just follow him and you can find on his social media. Okay, guys, love you. See you.